What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So Battlefield 2042 finally here on GeForce Now, and you know I'm playing it here on the RTX 3080 tier from GFN. So I want to check it out. We're going to take a look at some different settings here in the video and how the game's performing. So let's go ahead and get into it, starting with our settings. Now, I am on 1440p, 120 FPS at a 75 megabits per second on my bitrate. So we're pretty much maxing out everything here for the PC app for 1440p on this tier, and it's doing really well. We're full screen 1440, of course, here, 120 FPS or above. We're ultra for our settings to start off with DLSS on balanced and ray trace ambient occlusion on for the moment, and VSync off. So let's go ahead and get into it here with those settings to start with. And off the bat, the picture quality for Battlefield 2042 on here, I don't know if it'll come out so well on YouTube, but in person is absolutely phenomenal here on the 3080 tier. So it looks really good, really crispy here, even with the DLSS kicked in and everything for the frame rate. But we are going lower than I'd like to see before we are even into any battles or anything. And I knew that would happen. So the first thing I want to do is I'm going to kill the ray traced ambient occlusion here real quick. Or yeah, there we go. We'll turn that off, and that will instantly just kind of help a little bit, right off the bat. We were seeing 65 here a second ago, and it's just the game looks gorgeous without it. I'm going to go ahead and roll without it, and that was with DLSS on balanced. Even if I go performance, we get into the thick of things, we're going to drop some more frames. And while I'm happy to be at 60 FPS or above with the game, I do want to stay a little higher if I can. So we'll turn that off when things are looking good here on Ultra with the DLSS on balanced. Now, we switch over here to high instead of Ultra, still with the DLSS balanced, and still everything feels great and super responsive here when it comes to input latency, just like on Ultra, but frames are typically about the same. We don't see a huge jump here when it comes between high and ultra, especially with the ray tracing ambient occlusion still off, using the DLSS balanced here, which I really like. It's going to go a little bit higher from time to time here and there, but for the most part, it stays very similar. So I think you'll see that when it gets into the medium settings here in a second, and when we also check out DLSS on performance. But let's go ahead and switch over to medium here from high, and again, very similar FPS. You'll see some little bit higher. You'll be getting into those 115, 117 and stuff, maybe a little more often, and not dipping as far. So definitely a little bit of a difference here when you kick in medium. So if you're trying to get some more frames, you might want to do that as well. But again, not a huge difference. If you like how the game looks on ultra or high, you'll be fine as well. Now we switch over here to medium, still with DLSS on performance, just to see if we can pull a little bit more out of the system while it settles in here. And again, not a big difference going from a balance to performance on DLSS, even on medium here. You do stay a little bit higher. You're going to see the 120, 126, 119. So obviously a little bit of difference from time to time with helping keep that frame rate a little bit higher, trying to squeeze a few more out of it. But again, if you go back to looking at Ultra DLSS balanced at the beginning of the video, not a huge difference in the frames, maybe 10 to 20 here or there. So just kind of what I'm seeing here. Now let's go back over to high settings and performance here as well, and just see how things are looking. And man, this game just really looks good on here, and it's just been a lot of fun to kind of go through the video and mess with it here on GFN. But yeah, high performance here, things are running great as well. I think what I would settle on for myself is just going with high balanced DLSS, getting decent frame rate. The game will look great, and no matter what I used with the settings here, the game was super responsive. I mean, you guys know, if you've already been playing the RTX 3080 tier, it offers the best input latency right now in cloud that you can get. I mean, this game just about feels like I'm playing it local here on my 3060 PC. But anyways, guys, really happy to see this game on GFN. I'm really happy to see how well it's running. Let me know if you're checking this out in the comments down below. But anyways, thanks a lot for coming to check it out, and I'll see you in the next one.